What up, y'all? It's the friendly neighborhood. I got some things I gotta say real quick. Not bad things. This is in general. I'm not gonna be able to go live today because like the next 2 days because we have all these nationwide meetings in effect. So sad to say that I won't be able to go live, but I might go live later on in the evening to kind of make up for the day, depending on who's going on live today out of all my DJ friends and peers. I don't like to overstep that part. But I wanted to talk about this whole Diddy trial real quick. Since it's already about to wrap up, I really think that my man's going to walk. Because if the defense ends up resting, and a lot of y'all might not understand how the court process goes. So I'm washing dishes. I don't like dishwashers. With the Diddy case happening and all the testimonies and stuff, and I'm just going off of the manuscripts that were said either on the news or on podcasts and stuff like that. I didn't really invest in it because my number one question was, what crime did he commit and what he was being charged of? So when I looked at the charges and stuff, all the testimonies and all that stuff with the witnesses, and like I said, if you don't understand how it works when it comes to going to court, it's the burden of proof is on the defense, on the prosecution, not the defense. So the prosecution has to prove that Diddy was guilty of sex trafficking and all this other stuff. The RICO charge is gonna get dropped. I don't see nothing RICO about it. And if anything, the only person that got implemented and made a fool of was Cassie. Why? I don't know. I guess when she sued and got the money, that should have been the end of it. You know, she got a red, but she ended up in court, y'all. That gag order didn't work. And so what that means is, jeez, there's a lot of stories that came out. The only thing that I get from the whole trial is Diddy is nasty. However, a lot of people in the industry is nasty. They just haven't got caught or have been outed, or they've been outed, or, you know, there's a thing in the industry that is called an NDA. It's a non-disclosure agreement that forces people. I've signed a few. Because when I was on radio and we would go to events and stuff like that, there was one NDA that I did have to sign, and I was in Puerto Rico. And there's nothing happened. I just never talked about it. But nothing's never like happened where I'm like, oh my God, or I was traumatized and freak off and all that. But some events and stuff like that, you have to sign NDAs. So the prosecution and the prosecution rests. I think the defense is going to rest today. So what does that mean for Diddy? So what that means for Diddy is possibly can walk. Now, if he's charged for anything, and this is feds, so the sucky thing is, I don't know if feds, the one thing I don't know is if feds do time served. If you've already been sitting up in jail, I don't know if they do that. I know in state time you get time served for the time you sat in jail, but I've been charged for federal cases, never convicted. So the way that I'm looking at everything is, what? Does he walk? Does he get to go home? And then here's the next question. Let's say he gets to come home. His career's wrecked. The court of public opinion already crucified this man, right? And not saying he's broke, but he lost millions and millions of dollars defending himself. That's tough. That's mad tough. And what do you think he's going to do to bounce back? And what do you think his friends, like who's his friends now? Who's his friends now? All we know is that Kanye is his friend at least. Kanye is his friend, so that might help something, but I don't see. I don't know. Make sure you tune in to I Hate Podcast show this Sunday on everywhere you listen to podcasts, and log on to GBRGlobalWorldwide.com. It's a beautiful radio station with beautiful music. Diddy's going home, coming home. I just want to see what the aftermath is.